For a goal kick. Best chance of the game though fell to Neymar after 5 minutes. The Barcelona-bound striker having the opportunity on the acrobatic for about 7 yards out, bumped into Leighton Baines on the way through, and England managed to clear. So goalless in the Maracana between England and Brazil. Brazil obviously trying to win the World Cup for the first time in 12 years next summer. They would love to win it on home turf in 12 months' time. That's why they've bought Big Phil. They've got lots of meaningful friendlies to test themselves between now and then. And of course the Confederations Cup, which starts in a couple of weeks' time. Ball played down the left by David Luiz, looking for the run of Neymar, cut out by England, and then pops to this near touchline. Glenn Johnson waiting for it. Then on to Carrick, dispossessed by Neymar, but then has to go back. Did well, Michael Carrick there to hold on to possession into Lampard, and all the way back to Joe Hart, who hoists it forward high into the air. Rooney underneath it, but it's Thiago Silva who gets it away. He nudged it to the right, and 10-15 yards inside his own territory, Dani Alves controls possession for Brazil. Rooney darting around up top, but with little joy of the ball so far. Good to see that Leighton Baines has shrugged off that early injury. It's a little bit of a concern for the England bench. Roy Hodgson, Ray Lewington, Gary Neville looking a little bit pensive. Felipe Scolari, the former Chelsea manager, is on the touchline just trying to orchestrate for his Brazilians down in front of us, but not too much to worry about for them so far.
Lots of possession for Brazil, like we expected, but it's like a five in there really. Theo Walcott's tucking back in, Milner's in there, Jones and Lampard, as it said, a little bit more advanced than Michael Carrick, but it's hard. They're just struggling to get the ball at the moment, England, and they are controlling, but they are defending well as well. I mean, they are making it difficult for Brazil. We all know how good they are going forward. What I've been impressed with in Brazil is when they lose the ball, they're quickly trying to win it back as fast as they can, and then they're controlling the possession again.
Well, this is a team that sit 19th in the FIFA rankings. England's 7th, of course. But 1 win in 7, and that win coming against Bolivia has done very little to raise optimism in these parts. They recently drew with Chile by 2 goals apiece, and that didn't go down at all well. Booed off the turf in Belo Horizonte. Here's Paulinho chasing Lampard. Lampard doing well to squeeze it through to Milner. Across goes Dani Alves, where's the tackle? Milner not happy about that. And Alves will run it forward. Ball up towards halfway. Interception from Milner. Kicks it clear of Dani Alves. And then Milner is spoken to by the referee, who's not happy about the way that Milner is reacting to what he felt was a slight, because he felt that the ball came off of Dani Alves last for a throw-in a few moments ago. But it's a free kick in Brazil's favour. 0-0 the score on TalkSport. 10:89 and 10:53 on the medium wave, DAB digital radio, and online at talksport.co.uk. Remember, tomorrow morning on the Alan Brazil Sports Breakfast, all of the action revisited from tonight's game, and of course, not only tonight's game, but the Lions over the weekend as well. Hot and humid display for them to get their teeth into in Hong Kong against the Barbarians. A mismatch in the end. England hoping that this won't be too. Luis Gustavo of Bayern Munich has the ball for Brazil, deep inside his own territory. Orange ball being used tonight. Ball played out towards the right-hand side. Sun still bearing down the players. 4:15 local time. Still very hot and humid. Dani Alves on halfway. Into Luis Gustavo, bundled into by Phil Jones. Runs across his body, Gustavo. Into the feet of Neymar, who's dropped deep to pick up the ball. He's being trapped by Glenn Johnson. Johnson's now got to scurry back into the right full-back area. Still Neymar is playing with it, juggling with it, exchanging passes with Paulinho, and then with Luis Gustavo to set him away again down the left channel. He comes infield with the ball at his feet. Johnson goes to engage and try and shrug him off the ball. He's already released it to Alves, who shoots from distance and is not too far wide of right-hand upright of Joe Hart.
Well, what an effort there from Alves. He's picked the ball up. It must be a good 35 yards out, and he's hit it, and Joe Hart was scrambling across his box and just wide in the end, but good opportunity there. Neymar again, he's just trying to get in them little pockets like we said. trying to pick up the play, trying to dominate their midfield. At the moment, Lampard and Michael Carrick and Jones have not been on the board. So
Walcott nodded in by Rooney. He runs towards the edge of the area, gets tripped, wants a free kick, doesn't get it. If he held onto the ball and just didn't allow it to run in front of him too far, as he did, then he would have managed to get into the penalty area. As it is, Brazil breaking up that England move and then bring the ball towards halfway with first Gustavo and then Paulinho, but then it's given away once more, and here's Rooney exchanging passes with Walcott, but it's just overhit by Rooney and it trickles into the path of Thiago Silva.
Wow, what an opportunity that was for England. Yeah, on the break, Rooney was a poor pass really. I was surprised that Theo played it to him because he had lots of space in front of him to run into, but he played the pass and it's like a 1-2, but Rooney got his return pass all wrong and the move breaks down, but an opportunity there for England.
0-0, 17.5 minutes played on TalkSport with Vauxhall, the England team sponsor, and so far England yet to really test this Brazilian defence, but just signs in the last few moments in the counter-attack they may well get the chance to do so. Ball lifted into the area by Brazil, ball down by Neymar, goes past the defender Johnson, that's a mistake by Johnson, it's a great save by Joe Hart, point-blank range, on the site of Gordon Banks' wonderful save against Pelé. Joe Hart invokes memories of the great man.
Wow, what a save from Joe Hart. It was a mistake really from Glenn Johnson again, and it's right back area. It was a long ball from Danny Alves, and he was onside. And he just gets in behind Glenn Johnson, ball watching again, and he got it all wrong, and then Joe Hart makes a fantastic save.
Well, that's commanding goalkeeping in an emergency situation by the England goalkeeper. He hasn't had the best of seasons by any stretch of the imagination, but he came charging out there after Glenn Johnson had sold him short, and he mopped up the danger.
It was like an old Peter Schmeichel when he really dives at you and put his body on the line, and it was a mistake from Glenn Johnson.